Back at the NerdPoint show.
Yeah, we're doing it.
Titans trailer.
Titans trailer dropped.
I think we've just both been...
I've been anticipating a Titans trailer, but when it dropped, I watched it like 10 times. Like, not in a row, like throughout the day.
And let's jump into it. I mean, everybody saw the tone.
Yeah, tone was the big thing that I think shocked people. Like, I think that was a big thing people weren't expecting. Even I wasn't expecting it because... Ooh, that's going to pick up.
Will you close the door real quick?
Even that's going to pick up, and I think, like... Or that's not what I meant to say. It's a fucking train. Like, I think that's the thing that shocked people the most. They weren't expecting the tone to be as dark as it was, and I wasn't expecting that. Like, it truly shocked me how the tone is being anticipated. Like, I was expecting something a little lighter. It was very, very R-rated, and I'm down with it. I'm excited. It feels like Watchmen. That's what it felt like.
Oh,
the closest thing I could compare it to is Watchmen. Like,
or maybe Batman versus Superman.
Darker, even.
Yeah.
It feels even darker. Like, it feels grittier.
It does feel a lot grittier. I noticed the gray tones in the film.
Yeah, and it's
like,
not like
they
it's lacking
put a
color either. It's just very dark.
Well, they put some a gray filter on there. You can really
color.
tell.
They did some color corrections for sure.
I think though the tone's pretty decent. DC's tiptoes around though this whole being dark thing, and
that's because people hated it. But like, I think with this, it's gonna work. It's gonna be a lot like a Netflix show, like the Netflix Marvel shows. I don't know why it's better anticipated in TV shows versus movies, but if that's the trend, then might as well go with it.
My whole thing is, I always saw the Titans as lighthearted. Like, even in the cartoons.
Well, the Teen Titans and then Teen Titans Go.
This
and then Young
was
Justice
a huge
even.
mix-up for people.
I think so. I think with...
Like, nobody saw this coming.
Even the Teen Titans comics. I mean, we were told it's going to be dark, but I think the extent at which it was really surprised people. Like, they really spruced up the characters with dark themes. These bright characters that are normally very, like... They're seen as very witty and comical. Mm-hmm. They really darken them up, and I'm cool with it. I honestly think it's realistic for the start of something like that. Like how in Man of Steel they made it very dark, because it's the start of his career as Superman. This is the start of their career as the Titans, so it's going to be very dark. And the story basing around characters like Raven, it's going to be a dark setting.
So how do you feel about Raven?
I'm excited for Raven. I'm really, really excited about Raven. I actually think the actress is doing a very good job at that. Not the established Raven we've seen in some of the like the new Teen Titans comics from the 80s, or New Teen Titans being the title, or like even in the Teen Titans cartoon that I watched as a child. Like, she's very established and has a better control over her powers, but I would say it's very apparent that she's just now developing them or discovering them, and that's a scary thing. And I like the scary tone too.
I like the scary tone. I like that they're kind of going with the Judas contract. Is that what the animated one? Like, kind of like when Damien found, like, they care about her and they don't know what's wrong with her, and like they're trying to protect her.
Yeah, and they've had a lot of stories like that with Raven, even in the Teen Titans cartoon, the older one. Anytime I refer to Teen Titans cartoon, I'm going to refer to the old one, not Teen Titans Go.
Well, you could just say Teen Titans Go.
Exactly. But, like, sometimes people just aren't aware.
Oh, God.
And if they think I'm talking about Teen Titans Go, they can go fuck themselves. Not that I'm not excited for the Teen Titans Go movie. I'm just saying, like, it's not what I'm referring to.
How do you... Okay, we've never seen her change like that, though. How do you feel about that?
What do you mean?
Like, at least in my...
Like, she doesn't have a costume or anything. She's just getting started in this whole thing she's in.
No, I mean, like, she goes from a normal girl to a white ghost.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
how do you feel about that? I've never seen her do that.
It's different than in the comics, or at least in some of the animated stuff. I kind of like the change up, but I think they're going to do, like, the red eyes on her forehead for when Trigon actually... I think later in the season.
Do you want a diamond?
So she's wearing a diamond necklace.
Oh, okay.
It's a red sapphire. It looks like the jewel that's on her forehead. She's wearing a necklace of it. I'm not sure if that's their version of it, or if they're going to put that on her forehead, if they're going to do it eventually. I would love to see them do that eventually. But I think just because they're starting this character with an origin, they're just kind of sticking with basic and simple. They don't want to do anything crazy.
And to correct myself earlier, when I said the animated cartoon, I meant Teen Titans versus Justice League.
Oh, okay. Not Judas Contract?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the
I
one
was going to say, I was really confused.
No,
I was like, Judas Contract was like
that's
way
the one
different.
I meant. I thought about it. Those were both great.
They were both great, but they were very different stories.
Yeah.
I was so confused at
No.
first. I was like, I guess?
No. I see Justice League or Teen Titans versus Justice League in this.
That's a more of a Raven story. The whole story is a Raven story. And
Kind
I
of like Raven's arc. Not the whole story, but her
Yeah.
arc in it, I see that coming.
Yeah, and I really like a lot of the... I think I'm going to like a lot of the moments with Dick Grayson and Raven in it.
They're the two main.
They're definitely the two main characters. I mean, it's obvious in the trailer that she comes to him asking for help because he's a vigilante. He's dealt with stuff like this before. I love that moment in the moment they end on when she said something. She said, "My mother said there's no such thing as monsters," and he says, "I used to think like that. I was wrong." Oh my god, I just got
Who do you
shivers.
think he was talking about, real quick?
I don't know. Like,
Batman?
I mean, yeah,
Maybe?
like-
With the fuck Batman? We gotta
Like-
say it. Fuck Batman? Like,
Yeah.
what was that?
I mean-
I loved it, but I hated it. Like,
Do you want me to answer it?
sorry, I got it.
Do you want me to answer, or do you want to answer it for
I
me?
just got a ranting. I'm sorry.
It's okay. No, I think he could be talking about Batman. He could be talking about the Joker. He could be talking about anything. We don't know how far this universe is going. I wonder if that got picked up.
Oh, Tolkies.
Yeah, James's dog is chilling out, having fun. No, I think he could be talking about an array of Batman villains, Batman himself. I think it's just...
Maybe Killer Croc. That's a monster.
I don't think he's referencing anything specific. I think he's just referencing the world he's in and how monsters are real in a way. It's just your interpretations of it.
Yeah.
Like, he probably saw... I'm assuming he sees what she can do, and it doesn't even faze him. Like, he's probably a little surprised, but it doesn't faze him. He's seen stuff like it before, etc. I think it's definitely going to be interesting to see these two characters interact. But who are you
I
most
think
excited
so
for?
too. Sorry, Toke distracted the crap out of me.
So we're really excited about Robin and Raven, of course. Who else
Yep.
are you excited for? Most exciting other than those two?
I think right now, okay, so I didn't care for Starfire's like different powers.
Yeah, her powers are done a little differently. I'm not sure if they'll change it up or not, but
I didn't get to see Beast Boy.
we just kind of see him jump. But he has the green skin. That's kind of cool.
At least he's got that.
I'm cool with that.
It's Dove.
I think Hawk and Dove are going to be the ones I'm most excited for, and I put them together as a pair.
Yeah, because
Like,
they come
Dove,
as
I think Dove's costume looks a lot cooler. I think she's going to have a lot more action scenes, but I'm really excited to see how they interact with each other. I just like seeing the characters interact.
That's a complicated set of characters right there.
Yeah.
So, but back to that Starfire thing. They didn't do green, like, for her powers. At least
I think they'll
at that
change
point.
I think it's just going to be a basis of how her powers are used. I think they'll do green eventually. I don't think they're going to change Starfire too much. I think...
Did you like the molting, like, how she made fire, almost? Like, that's almost
and
what they were
no.
going for, I think.
I mean, in the comics, a lot her hair looked like fire, and I think
Which
she's
is
had-
cool.
That's cool, but I think a lot of what they're going to do is they're going to kind of play with her powers a little bit. They're probably going to give her a few more than they've normally given her in the comics. I think they're going to mess around with it and see what works. I don't think it's going to be concrete.
We didn't see her fly. Think she flies?
Yeah, she'll fly.
I think so, too.
I think eventually Raven will learn to fly, which would be really cool. Or at least float, kind of.
I would be disappointed if she didn't.
I would be a little disappointed if she didn't, but...
She's always up in the air on the covers of the Titans. Like,
I would
she's never
love-
just standing there.
I would love if it came to a point where Starfire had to teach Raven how to fly, because I remember an original Teen Titans episode where they switched bodies and they both had to fly differently. Raven had to teach Starfire to use her powers based on her fear and her anger and focus. Or no, I think I had that in reverse.
Yeah.
No, I didn't actually. I think it was fear, anger, and Starfire had to use hers based off of joyful thoughts.
Yep.
And I'd love it if they just kind of reference that by having Starfire teach Raven how to fly. I think it'd be cool. I live for moments like that, references. That's why I love Zack Snyder.
Well, that's why I'm a little bit of a Teen Titans Go fan. It references
That's
all,
the only reason I'll watch that, is the references.
like, all the little things, and it is what it is.
But let's move on to, like, misconceptions and, like, why a lot of people... I think a lot of people are very disappointed about this.
Real quick.
Sure.
what's the first animal Beast Boy changes into?
We don't even know if he's going to necessarily do that, though.
Oh, is he just like a man ape? Like,
well, no,
a green, like...
But, like, listen.
Beast? Like...
He might just encounter these powers in that same way. It might be similar to Vixen. They might do something similar to that, where she gets the powers of this creature. We don't know, or maybe it's just his limbs change. We don't know, but I'm pretty sure they're going to make him transform into the creatures, green creatures. I would love if they did that. I think they're going to ease into it, though.
Like, he's figuring out his powers. Like, we talked about that before. Yeah, I mean, like, I think he's going to be figuring it out during the show.
Like a lot of them. Obviously, Starfire and Hawk and Dove and Dick Grayson are going to be they're going to be a lot more... They're going to be further in their career. I don't know the first creature that he might fully turn into.
I hope it's a gorilla.
A gorilla would be cool. I think that'd be perfect, because that's like the one you would always see.
Or a cheetah. That or a cheetah.
Or an elephant.
Elephant would be
Elephant
dope.
or gorilla for me.
Okay. A gorilla or cheetah.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I want to see another trailer with more Beast Boy in it, though. I was a little disappointed we only got to see a little bit.
Yeah, and... Alright, real last question.
Okay.
Do Beast Boy and Raven have a thing?
I'm going to say no.
I don't think so.
Due to the age difference of the actors, I'm going to say no. Although they do get along really well. They're close friends. But Ryan Potter's 22... her name starts with a T. I forget it. But she's like 14. She's going to be playing a 13-year-old on the show. I just don't think that's going to...
okay. No.
I just don't think that's going to develop very well. On the original Teen Titans cartoon, it was fun, though, seeing that kind of happen. And then even in the comics, it was fun to see that relationship develop.
I didn't realize there was such a big age gap.
It's giant.
Yeah,
they're changing it quite a bit.
Not doing it.
But
that would have been nice.
It would have been cool.
But the
misconception.
Yeah.
There's a lot of misconceptions about, I think, what's going on, and I think it's led to a lot of disappointment for people. I think the biggest thing is people think Robin is a killer. And James and I discovered something. I think I saw it from another... Sorry, nose ring's killing me. I think I saw it from another post on Instagram. Someone pointed out that if you slow down the video of Robin fighting off those thugs, he's not actually killing anyone. He is stabbing someone in the collarbone area with a knife or whatever he had.
Batarang,
whatever it was.
He stabbed him.
The gun shot up in the air. You see him direct
Nobody fell to the ground.
Yeah, nobody fell to the ground. He didn't even direct the gun. Or he directed the gun. He wasn't holding it. He directed it up in the air. Shot off the thug shot off the rounds. You could see he directed it. They went off in the air. People ducked. He didn't shoot anyone. The thug didn't shoot anyone. They didn't do BVS. He directs the gun and shoots people. So Batman didn't kill him. They didn't even do that. And then when he steps on the guy, what people think is snapping his neck, it's actually his jaw. You can see clearly it's his jaw moving and not his neck. And even if you did snap his neck, it's not a for sure kill. I mean, it's more likely, but it's not for sure.
Like I was saying, like that's a huge misconception in film. Like you break someone's neck,
it's not.
You don't kill them.
It's not automatic. It's not always a death.
It sucks.
It definitely sucks.
but you're not killing the person.
Just think about the Arkham games. Batman snapped so many necks, and none of them really died.
They all kind of wiggled there.
But seriously, I think we should encourage everybody to, in that scene, slow down the footage because it's fast. I watched the trailer over 10 times.
I was pretty sure he was killing people
oh my god,
I was kind of disappointed.
The first 7 times, I thought so too, and I was like, he might not be, because I just couldn't believe it.
And I thought it was actually him. You brought up that you thought he was the whole F Batman thing was
his
actually
way of, like,
I'm gonna go to
yeah.
that next level. He won't, so F him.
Yeah, and that was a cool line. Like, a lot of people are talking shit about it, but it was really cool how it really gives me Batman the Animated Series vibes. It's pushing me to get that tattoo I want.
Dick and Bruce had a huge falling out.
Yeah, and I'm gonna enjoy seeing his angst towards him. I mean, Dick has always had this angst towards Bruce, and it's always been a problem. And I think the biggest thing about this is it's gonna be cool seeing that relationship interact. If they do ever, I think they did cast technically a Bruce Wayne. They might not name drop him. They did I love that they name drop Batman twice though. I think that's cool. They don't get to do that in shows, but I think they actually have an opportunity to maybe in later seasons have a Batman in a bat suit.
Dude, well, Jason Todd's showing up. They
doing
have
it all.
to.
They're doing it all.
Like, there's no way you have Jason Todd and Dick Grayson, Red Hood as well.
Well, they're not going to do him as Red Hood.
Really?
He's going to be Robin. Because think about it, Dick Grayson has to be Nightwing for a while before Jason Todd can be Robin. Or before Jason Todd can be Red Hood. Red Hood will... Because think about how young the actor is. He's like...
Well, we also
18.
don't know how long Dick's been gone from Bruce.
It's true. Okay,
like,
so that's an important...
also...
So let's just move into Robin real quick.
Yeah.
So my theory is that he moved away. He did the whole Batman the Animated Series thing. I call it Batman the Animated Series thing because it reminded me so much of that scene that you see in the new Batman Adventures where he's telling Tim Drake about how he left Bruce. He punches him in the face. He's like, I'm not living by your fucking rules. And he leaves. Like, he just calls him ironically, he calls him a dick and he leaves. And my assumption is he quit being Robin for a while to become a detective.
I think that's where we're at. So is Jason Todd not Robin now?
Well, let's get to that. We'll get to that. We're focused on Dick Grayson.
Okay.
So he hasn't been Robin for a while. And then he decides to pick up the mantle again because he's helping Raven. Okay. I don't think he's fully set to be Robin again. He's just kind of doing it because it's what he has laying around. He hasn't found it himself yet. He's jumping back into something he's not fully comfortable with.
To help.
He has hesitations about it. My assumption is that there's going to be two Robins. I think Jason Todd's already going to be Robin, and that's going to be a big push for Dick Grayson to become his own person and to stop living in Batman's shadow. He wants to not be in Batman's shadow, but he's still acting as the persona that he created as the sidekick. It's really not his persona. It's the sidekick of Batman, and I think he's going to eventually give that to Jason fully, being like, you know what, you take it. I don't want to be Robin. I'm going to be my own thing. I think Jason Todd's going to be Robin as well in the series, or at least start to become Robin. And then, or he might even just be training. That'd be cool if he wasn't Robin yet, but he will not be Red Hood. I will guarantee it. I will guarantee it because Dick Grayson is... Because you can't have Red Hood with Dick Grayson as Robin. It just wouldn't make sense.
Okay, so here's my progression. I think, first, everything you just said, yep, exactly. But I think there's this, 4-year period where Dick hasn't been Robin.
Okay.
Batman has taken on Jason.
Okay.
And he brings Jason out too soon before he's ready to try and get, because he's angry about Dick leaving.
Yeah.
And then he dies.
Okay.
And
so you think Jason Todd's dead when we start?
I think that when he puts back on that Robin costume to go fight those thugs, Jason's supposed to be dead.
Okay.
And so he had a 3-year period or a year period where he was Robin. Bruce messed up, he got killed, and then for some odd reason he's back. And then he's really angry at everybody for just leaving him in the dust. And Bruce has already moved on to Tim Drake.
Interesting.
And then he's coming back as the Red Hood to try and hurt Bruce in any possible way. And even though they had their falling out, Bruce still loves Dick. And I done saying that.
So, that's funny. Only issues I find with that is I could see that only if they use Jason Todd in flashback sequences because of the actor's age. That's the only thing that's drawing me, really, the big thing that's drawing me away from that. And they haven't cast a Tim Drake. And if they did, they honestly probably would have went with Ryan Potter because he wanted to be Tim Drake. He just wanted it in the movies. I'm sticking with mine for sure.
No, definitely.
I'll go 99% on it. I feel like I have.
So why does Jason show up then?
He's gonna be the new Robin, and that's gonna be one thing that pushes Dick to take on a new persona and not be Robin.
But they're not even in the same town.
It's taking place in Gotham.
Oh, I thought they was taking place in San Francisco or something like that on the West Coast.
They might move on, but I know a lot of set pictures have Gotham taxi cabs.
Okay.
So it looks like a lot of this is taking place in Gotham, and what I want to know is...
If that's the case, then yeah. I thought it was taking place in a different city.
No, I'm going to go with Jason Todd's alive. He's either training to become Robin, or he is Robin, and that's going to push Dick Grayson to... Both of those events could push Dick Grayson to get his new persona, because Episode 7 is supposedly titled Jason Todd. and I'm excited. I think it'll be a cool introduction. I'm excited to see two of my favorite Robins on screen together, regardless if they're both Robin, if they're not Robin. I just want to see these two characters on screen together, because Kieran Walters, I think is his name. I might have butchered that, but either way, he looks like a mean son of a bitch. Like, even at his age, he looks like a mean motherfucker, and I'm really excited to see, like, I'm just excited to see him kind of pull off that Jason Todd, like, whatever, fuck you kind of vibe. Like, that cocky, like, street kid. I love the street kid vibe I get from Jason Todd. That's one of my favorite things.
I could see that if that's how it's all taking place.
Yeah. And I just love that Dick Grayson's going to be a detective. I think that he's... I hope they just lower his age than the actual actor's age a little. Because I don't want a 28-year-old Robin on screen again. Like, that's the only thing I don't want. Maybe mid-20s or at most.
So, I want to touch on one thing about Robin before we go into, like, the switch of where they decided to produce this show.
Sure.
Oh, God, I just lost it. Oh, my theory is they showed us when he became Nightwing. And that's
in the
when...
trailer,
Okay, so there's a point that he takes the R off his suit.
So you don't know that for sure, though?
No, I know. That could just be his battering.
So we see an R. Let's be clear on that. We see an R.
My theory is that he takes the R off the suit and then throws it across the room to symbolize him being done being Robin.
His moving on point.
Yeah.
And it does look like the bodysuit he's holding up, the suit of armor, it does look different. It looks... One, you can tell he's either scarred or bruised.
That's my big thing, because bruises go away.
But scars don't. A lot of it looks like scars.
The bruising's my big... I didn't even notice the scars.
I think we're seeing the same thing.
There's some big welts on his chest.
I thought those were scars.
They look... Yeah.
But we do see the body armor he has. It looks like it might be black. But we don't know for sure. It looks like he's altering it. I think I saw a theory somewhere that he was altering it.
And I think that's the moment.
Where he puts
Nightwing.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I think a big thing is it's either that he's transitioning there into Nightwing, he's changing up his costume, or I hope those are his batarangs in a way, or his birdarangs, whatever you call them.
They can't come back though.
I mean, they don't have to. Like, I mean, they're not really. I mean, they could. I mean, they defy physics in every fucking way possible.
Yeah, but I mean, at least a bataring's at least kind of the shape, and you can believe it comes back. You don't have to have it come back.
You just have to have it hit some shit. It's not to make a basket. It's just to hit some shit. No, that's a John Mulaney joke. No, I hope those are his fucking throwing stars.
That'd be pretty cool.
I think it'd be cool, but I think you're closer to being correct. I just would love it if those were also his throwing stars.
I hope he has cool Robin ones though.
That'd be cool too.
Like Robins are
he gets
a little
his bow
different.
staff. I just want to say that.
Oh,
yeah.
Does it come apart?
I hope so.
I hope so.
Well, I hope it doesn't until he becomes Nightwing. I hope he alters it. But I love the bow staff. It's important. And also, I want to say the details on his costume are prime. If you look at a close-up of the cape, the yellow side of the cape has little R's in the same exact shape textured on there.
Yeah,
it's fucking cool.
Yeah.
But anyways, yeah.
Robin
is the one I'm the most excited about.
Yeah, that's definitely.
Dick Grayson's my favorite character in all of DC.
Who's second?
Raven, easy. And I didn't expect that. I expected Beast Boy or Starfire.
I think I'm most excited. Well, I mean, we said Hawk and Dove, like Hawk and Dove.
I was expecting Raven or Beast Boy, or not Raven or Beast Boy, Starfire or Beast Boy, but Raven for sure because I want to see your character develop more.
Yeah. So do you think we think that it's actually a really good thing that it ended up on the streaming service so they can just tell the story that they want instead of being like held back, and like we were saying, like the tone would be different if it was a CW show.
Yeah, I mean,
light.
Here's history on the show. The show was originally supposed to take place called Titans or Teen Titans. I don't remember. I think it was Titans.
It was Titans.
I think they changed it here and there. It was also at one point titled Blackbirds. It was supposed to air on TNT, start filming in 2015, and then end up on air in 2016, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. And it was supposed to be on TNT, and the tone would have been dark but different. I like that this is very adult.
Yeah,
they can do whatever they want. They could cut people's throats. They can do anything, and
even though they didn't,
they didn't. But they can drop F-bombs. They can do all this cool stuff, and make it real. because it's on the streaming service. An important thing about the streaming service is the other two shows that are live action, Swamp Thing and Doom Patrol, are going to be connected to Titans.
I'm excited for Doom Patrol a lot. Swamp Thing, I'm wondering how they're going to connect it. I'm sure it's probably going to be through Raven.
It's going to be like, I think it's going to be through Doom Patrol mostly. But
okay. Yeah.
Or Raven, just because of the magic aspect.
That's what I was thinking.
But I will say, I think Doom Patrol is going to be the one that's obviously more connected. I think Swamp Thing's going to be distant, kind of like how Supergirl was distant from the Flash for a while, and Arrow for a while. Like, it wasn't exactly connected, but they eventually got it there. I think that's what they're building up to. But Doom Patrol is supposed to also have Cyborg in it. Oh, I'm sorry. Last thing about Titans. Donna Troy is supposed to show up. Four episodes. We didn't talk about that.
Oh, okay. Super psyched.
Just a cool thing. I think she's not going to play the biggest role, but it's cool.
We can get to that. We're getting a little long here.
Yeah. Well, it's not the biggest deal, but Doom Patrol is going to be obviously more connected. Cyborg's supposed to show up, and he's supposed to be more of a Doom Patrol character than a Titans character.
And I think that's because they used the CGI budget up already. So
yeah,
another show,
same budget. Roughly same budget.
But he can get some more.
Honestly, if you put a character like Cyborg who's in Justice League on Doom Patrol, you're going to get more people to watch Doom Patrol.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I would probably just kind of roughly go over the episodes, not pay much attention, but with Cyborg on it, yeah, I'm going to watch it. Even if Beast Boy was on it for a while,
I heard Beast Boy that's his whole thing, so.
Well, yeah, but, if he was a regular on that show.
Yeah, or a semi, just, a reoccurring.
Yeah.
Every few episodes shows up, says, "What's up, buddies?"
Yeah, I think it'll be fun.
Yeah.
But overall, the streaming service is going to be great.
We're getting it. We're going to watch it all. We'll review it for you guys.
We'll review every episode. I don't give a fuck.
So subscribe to our YouTube videos, though.
Mm-hmm.
We think it's going to be a great show.
Yeah.
When it comes down to it.
Check
out the slow-mo, too.
Yeah, don't let the hype of the haters get you down. Think about it. Watch the trailer. The dark tone's going to be a little weird to get used to for some people, but, I don't think Robin's a killer. Even if he was, I'd still watch it. I'd still enjoy it. I'd have less fun with it. But honestly, slow it down. Really look at the trailer. It was a fast-paced trailer.
Yeah, it was.
Slow down the whole damn thing if you want. It's super great.
So, yeah, like our videos, subscribe, hit that bell on the side, and we'll be back next time with some more stuff. You can follow us on Twitter at NerdPoint Show.
Yeah, me at R2Dylan on Twitter.
Me at mayhem_Ren. And we'll be back next time with some more nerd news.